Today I have two really special guests, both of my parents, who are going to talk about what they experienced. I don't think I've ever asked them these questions, which is weird. Because I've lived my whole life. Yeah. Because it's been a long time, and because I feel like you guys had a harder experience than I did. Because I don't remember.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. Because I don't remember ever being like sad or like worried. But I feel like you guys probably were.
Of course.
So let's start from the beginning. When did you like realize or like notice that I was losing my hair?
So you were around 4 and we were in Florida, or at least
We were in Florida?
me and you and Matt were in Florida at Grandmom's, and you had been in the pool, or you were in the pool, and I noticed it looked like your hair was thinning. And then we noticed, bald spots, the round circular bald spots.
Which is how alopecia usually starts for most people.
Alopecia areata, yeah. So, which is indicative of the areata type of alopecia, unlike my alopecia or Dad's alopecia.
So what happened? Did we come home from Florida and then you
yeah,
told
and
Dad?
so Dad knew right away.
So you knew immediately it was alopecia. You didn't think anything else.
Well, yeah, I knew what it was. Mommy showed me you were on the couch, and she said, "Look at this." And I said, "She has alopecia." And I was like, "We can't do anything because we knew about it. I knew about it."
Well, so you have to. I
So
took you
from
to the
there,
doctor.
yeah, I know I went to doctors
and
and
they, diagnosed you formally, and all.
Okay.
They just sort of rule out everything else. And
But so you said that happened when I was 4, and from there it was like off and on, right? Didn't it like fall out?
well,
from that?
so then you start to get more bald spots, but then we use like a topical irritant, and
Yeah, is that the first thing you tried?
That's the first thing we tried, and then it started to come back, maybe on its own or maybe through the topical, I don't know, but the next time we tried the topical, it didn't help.
So by what age was it like fully?
So by then, so that was preschool, and then it started to come back, and then pretty soon, within maybe 6 months, it started to fall out again, and then it started to fall out faster. So
Like kindergarten.
yeah, halfway through kindergarten, you had very visible
spots.
Large bald
Did I ever
spot
say
here.
anything? I only remember asking like one question.
Yes.
I remember asking like, "How big is this?" Like I don't remember anything else. Besides
You remember that?
yeah.
So that's the one time I saw you upset, is when it started to fall out the second time, and you said, "Why is it happening again? Why is this?" And then you seemed very, you were frustrated and sad then. But that's the only time where you really seems that. And when we did we took you to different doctors, tried different dermatologists, and tried different things.
When did we start doing the shots? I talked about that really briefly. In
Pretty early on, when it was most of it had fallen out.
Probably first grade or something, maybe. I forget.
Yeah, maybe it was first grade, and
That didn't go well.
Explain
the very first time we took you in, and Dad came with me. We took you in for the shots, and I was holding you, sitting like on my lap or holding you, and they were injecting your scalp, and you seemed so good, and they're like, "Are you okay? Does it hurt?" And you're like, "No." And then we took you into the car. We put you in your car seat. We got in the front seats, and all of a sudden I turn around, and you're like, sliding down, and I'm like, oh my god, something's wrong. And so Dad just goes back, and he swoops you out, and we go running back into the doctor's office.
What happened after that?
You would just
You don't remember that?
fade to.
No.
You don't remember that?
I know. I think I remember it because you told me
passed
about it.
You passed out. They gave you like a little ice pop and everything.
Yeah, it was no big deal.
And,
Was that I got shots more than one time. Was that the first time, or is it?
that was the first time.
That was the first time.
And then we did it
Yeah,
multiple
it was.
times, right?
I don't know.
I'm not sure we
after
did.
that.
I mean,
I'm not
we
sure we did,
knew
'cause
that
we didn't
there
see any
was
sort of.
no danger to you. We knew that
Yeah.
it was not a health problem.
Yeah.
So we weren't going to do.
More.
And we knew there really is not anything available, so
And then I remember we tried one more, like
we
the
went to
oils
Hackensack.
or whatever.
Oh, well, that was a different. Somebody else told me that, but when we tried cortisone, liquid cortisone, we were
Yeah, the
drinking,
pulse.
but you seemed to.
Really high dose, but yeah.
Yeah, like a pulse.
But you
So
got
on and
sick.
off with a large. Yeah, you seem to get sick to your stomach.
And again, it wasn't really
Yeah.
You don't want to give that stuff to it.
Yeah, it's not good to
a
take
young
oral
person.
steroids, but
Yeah. So that was really all the treatments that
I
we
mean,
did.
from the beginning, we knew that this was not a health problem.
Yeah.
well, yeah, it was gonna kill you.
So
but oral steroids could give you a health
we
problem.
also knew there was no treatment.
Yeah, no,
It kinda
no
does what
no
it-
solid
It
treatment.
kind of
Yes.
does what it wants to do, irregardless of what you're
So
doing.
someone had recommended, oh yeah, the neighbor had
So-
said, tried aloe. She gave me her aloe plant because she had alopecia, and she thought, but you never know what's actually helping and what's just the natural cycle
just
of
the natural
disease.
cycle.
Yeah, because sometimes people say just grow back.
So the aloe
Most of the
plant
time
didn't
it
work,
does.
and
Yeah.
it did seem to help the essential oils that we use, the mix of essential
Oh,
oils.
that's
There was a
right.
study from some place in Scotland that they use this mix of essential oils, but you didn't really like it. Like I it seemed to get stubble growing, but it never seemed to go very far, and you didn't like the smell of the oils. And so you didn't
Yeah,
like
I
doing it.
remember not liking that.
Yeah, so we stopped that, and I never pushed you to do things. I know Grandma, parents were making comments.
I remember
about,
Grandma, did she buy me a toupee?
Yes, so Grandma wears little wiglets, and so she got, since when you had that little bald spot, here, give her this wiglet, give her this wiglet. I'm like, well, it doesn't really match her hair color, and I really don't think, I don't want to make her feel like she needs to cover herself or anything. So I might have offered it, and just, Grandma had this, would you want to wear it? And it was
Probably said
no.
no, right? Yeah.
And Alice has always been pretty not afraid
You have to be
to say
comfortable.
what she feels.
What
So
you're doing.
so I never felt like she was hesitating to ask me for anything.
I was young, which is why I feel like it didn't affect me as much as like some people that lose it when they're older. But were you worried that I think it's worse now. Like, luckily there wasn't like social media like when I was like a child, but now there is.
Yeah.
Were you worried about like me being bullied or like?
Yes, absolutely. And actually, so probably before first grade, I asked the school, because people would, you would get upset because people would stare or kids would say stuff or point or whatever, and so, and then I remember taking you on a play date, and the parent thought you had ringworm. And so they kept saying, are you sure she's not gonna change? And I'm like, I kept saying how I took her to the doctor. She's been diagnosed. She has alopecia areata. It's it's not contagious. It's just, and still they didn't believe you, or they'd say, oh, I had a cousin whose kid had trichotillomania, and I'm like,
They always want to make it seem like it's something else.
Yeah, and I was like, no, we've already been to the doctor, we already have a diagnosis, and so I'd have to explain and then people, even like the nurse called, like worried because you were losing your hair and wanted to make sure you were okay.
So what did you do at the school?
So I sent I contacted the principal, and I sent a letter. I asked her to send a letter to all the families.
I remember. I didn't know that until recently.
Yeah, either I don't know if she sent it from principal's office or if they sent it with, because every year all the teachers would send out their, what supplies you need and stuff. I said, could you send with that a letter explaining? I wrote up the letter myself, and it said, just how you have alopecia areata, and not to worry, she's healthy. It's not contagious, and to just ask people, to explain to your kids that, it's not nice to point or to whisper, or, and to just explain to them they can't, she's healthy and it's not contagious.
And they did. Did they actually send that letter?
And they did. They sent the letter, and I had so many
that's something good
nice parents
to know.
So many parents who were so appreciative that you even met one in that doctor's office that came up, and that's where you were in for the oral surgeon.
Oh.
And do you remember that woman starts talking, and you were like, "What are you talking? What is she talking about?" Well, that's what she was talking about. That how I explained everything in the letter, and they were very appreciative of that. And then I also wanted the school to know that. Because people were getting concerned that you were losing your hair, and everybody thinks you have cancer, of course, first thing.
Yeah.
And then you came home from school that beginning of that year, and you said, this girl who was mean to me on the playground at recess last year came up to me and said, would you like to play with me? Would you like?
I don't remember that. I don't remember
Yeah.
anyone ever being mean to me, and I think I like to believe this because I broke the pull-up record in elementary school, and so people knew that they messed with me, it would go really badly, but I don't remember ever saying that. But
Yeah, I do, because I knew it was the letter, and it was that their parent explained to them not to point or be mean or anything. So, yeah, it was good.
do you have any other tips for parents, like if they see their child starting to lose their hair, like what, how should they react?
Don't get upset and reactive, because then they'll get upset. They'll reflect what you're feeling, and they'll think something's wrong, and don't try to cover them up. You're pretty rebellious with almost rebellious with the way you almost refuse to wear a hat.
Oh yeah, and I still do. I still don't
Yeah.
like them.
Yeah, so I
Fine.
bit my lip because I always
Well, in the sun you should.
you don't
Protect
want to get
yourself
skin
from the sun,
cancer. A
that's
lot of our
different than-
family has skin cancer,
I
but
should, I mean, but yeah.
you don't want to be too cold.
You have to let the
in winter.
child do what they're comfortable with.
But yeah, so I
The
never.
person has to be comfortable if they want to wear a wig, but you don't force it on them. If they don't, they don't.
People were always trying to give you hats and stuff. I remember
Still,
at
people want to give me hats all
at
the
that
time.
arts and crafts fair.
Or they want to
this
tell me to
morning.
like put my hood up, or like they always want to tell me something. I'm like, I am fine. If I was like in dire need, I would do something myself. Well, thanks for watching. I hope that you learned something from this video if you're a parent or a child that has alopecia. If you have any more questions, you can comment them below. And make sure you follow me on Instagram and all of those things. Like, subscribe, and now I need you to say it with me at the end.
Okay.
Do you know what to say?
Be true, be you.
Yeah.
Be true, be you.
And I'll see you next time.